bringing new technologies into the manufacturing shop floor is ever more important than ever before. South Africa's trying to compete on a global level, and I think introducing technology to help lower cost and provide more value will be a great way to keep South Africa competitive and deliver more services and products into the South African market. We had manufacturing specific customers, oil and gas, FMCG businesses, motor car industry here as well. And what's surprising for me is that actually, despite the industries being so different, there's a lot of common challenges between these businesses that actually the conversation starts to unlock to say, I also have OT and IT challenges in my business. I also have exec and shop floor disconnect. I also have finance challenges and security challenges at the end of the day. And it's nice to see that despite the industries being so different, that there is a commonality shared across the table today and spoken about so honestly as well.
I think for us as an organization, it's great to hear from our clients. What are they really struggling with? And I think in an environment like this, it's a safe space. They don't feel like they're being sold to. It's not a sales call or what have you. So they, amongst their peers, they loved it and they were like, wow, this is an amazing event. It's great to see, our customers engaged and being so vulnerable and open about their challenges. So yeah, definitely you got a lot of value out of the event.
You might think that we all come from the same company because we probably all have the same problems or facing more or less the same problems. And what's happening in today's world, you can't just sit in your own space and you think like you know everything. So it's important to engage with other stakeholders just to understand most issues that were being addressed there are issues that we're all facing, and obviously from different companies. But what I've learned is that at least we're not the only ones who are sitting with the same problem.
I really do think that the whole digital transformation journey, it's not just an IT journey, but it's a business journey. And we've spoken about how IT needs to speak the business language, but we also need the business now to start speaking the IT language. How much does the board actually understand cloud economics and the execs as well? Because these are the key decision makers in our organizations, and we need them to make decisions around cloud.
So it starts with the mindset, and sometimes change is uncomfortable. But then in order for us to operate differently, the mindset has to change first. Also, it goes back to management, sharing the strategy as to why there's a need for change. So because the people on the ground, or the operational people that are doing the actual work, if they do understand and align to the strategy, then we are working hand in hand and together because we have one vision, other than having the operational people doing one thing and then management having the strategy, but then it's not aligned and then it's not pushed or delivered to the right people.
I always like to ask the question, you pick a random date in the future and you ask an organization, where do they see in 3 years' time or 5 years' time on that specific date? What do we look like if we're looking at operations or manufacturing? That gives you a view of where their priorities are and how they think we would have evolved. And then you try and work backwards with where we are. These capabilities, can they take us there? And usually you find there's a gap, and we try and bridge that gap. And to technology enablement also, as the world is shifting digitally, we also need to look at what type of technology capabilities are required to drive the required business capabilities.
With roundtables, you expect to get practical, real conversations. I mean, there's a lot of conversations that are going around, and you need some sort of platform to filter out the noise. What is practically doable, what's happening out there, and you want to hear it from people in the industry, including like what's the capability of the technology. I think what NTT and Dell are bringing onto the table is quite unique in terms of the approach, because I think with these digital transformation conversations, you need to have a holistic view. It's real everywhere, every industry is facing it, and there's different ways of solving it. So that was quite impressive for me that NTT and Dell have thought about this, and they've put collaboration behind it to try and support businesses from that perspective.